What is up, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a very simple strategy that was actually invented by one of our members, but we're going to put it on our YouTube channel so you guys can all enjoy it and all learn exactly what the strategy is. So if you guys are excited, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get into it. Okay, so for this strategy to work, you guys need to have the same exact settings that I have on my chart right now. Let me show you guys exactly what these settings are. So for time frame, this is just preference, but you want to make sure that if you're scalping, you need to be using the 5-minute tail frame and nothing lower. If you're intraday trading, you want to be using the 15-minute and the 30-minute time frame. And if you're swing trading, guys, you want to be using the 1 hour and the 4-hour time frame. So make sure you pick the time frame for the type of trading that you want to do. All right. Next up, what you guys want to do is you want to go over to EliteAlgo. You want to hit that settings icon, and then you want to have the same exact strategies as me or something a little bit different, and I'll explain in a second. So for sensitivity, if you're using the regular Japanese candles like I'm using right here on my chart, then you want to have a sensitivity of 3. But if you prefer using Heikin Ashi candles, then you want to have your sensitivity be 1.4. This is very important. So you're either using Japanese candles with a sensitivity of 3 or Heikin Ashi candles with a sensitivity of 1.4. Next, guys, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're still on the normal strategy. You want to have the dashboard enabled for simple. You want to go down. This doesn't really matter. I just have it on for fun. You want to go down to where it says show trend cloud, and you want to make sure that you're under the new one or the long-term one. Very, very simple. Once you have all that done, just press OK, and your EliteAlgo settings are good to go. Next, what you want to do is you want to add 3 EMAs to your chart. So 3 exponential moving averages. The way you do that is very simple. You just want to go indicators. Then over here, you just type in moving average and pick this one right here, moving average exponential. Very simple. Once you have 3 of those on your chart, what you want to then do is hit settings on the first one, and you want to have a length of 50 for the first one. The second one, you want a length of 100, and the third one, want a length of 150. Okay, very, very simple. Then you want to press OK. For the Elite Oscillator, you don't really need it. So for this strategy, we can actually remove it. Now, so we have the 3 moving averages and we have EliteAlgo on our charts. Now let's get into what the strategy exactly is. All right, guys, so let's get into the rules for the strategy. The first rule is you only want to be following the smart signals. This is very important. So if it's not a smart signal, you want to completely ignore it and wait for a smart signal to actually happen on your chart, okay? The second rule is do not trade if the candles are touching the line. So for example, right here, we see that we have a smart sell. We don't want to trade on this candle because it is touching the line. We actually want to completely void out that trade, okay? The candles cannot be touching any of these lines in any way. It's very important. All right, so rule number 3 for this strategy is very simple. Again, you want to make sure that the 50 moving average, which is blue on my chart, you can pick any color for yours, is below both the other moving averages if you're looking to short the market. If you're looking to buy in the market, you want to make sure that the 50 moving average is higher than the other 2 moving averages if you're looking to buy in the market. This is very important, okay? So for example, right now we have a smart sell signal and we have all 3 lines going downwards, and the blue one is at the bottom and the candles are not touching this blue moving average, and we have a red trend cloud. This is basically exactly what we need to place a trade. So what do? We place a trade at the candle right after the smart signal right here. So this candle right there that I'm pointing at is the trigger candle. This is where you want to be placing your trade. Now, for what you want to target, it's very simple, okay? Your stop loss and take profits will look like this. So over here, this is the candle we want to enter on. What we want to do is we want to make sure that the stop loss is higher than the signal label, and we want to make sure that we are targeting the previous low on the chart. So for example, the previous low on this chart right here is this, right? We want to make sure that that's the area that we're looking to take profit at. Something very simple like this. Now, the risk to reward ratio isn't the best, but this is guaranteed to be a winning trade. Now over here, we can obviously stay in the trade longer because the stop loss wasn't hit. And you can see that the momentum was still very bearish. So we could have actually kept on going until we got a buy signal instead. That is a different way to also take the trades with this. So either you get out where the previous low is, where the nearest resistance or support, or you get out at the opposite candle signal. So let me show you guys a couple examples of this strategy just so you guys can actually understand it very well. Okay, so here's an example of a good trade, right? We have a red trend cloud, which means that we are currently in a bearish trend. We have all three moving averages going downwards, and the blue is underneath both other moving averages. Now, the last thing we want to do is we want to make sure we have a smart signal and make sure that the candles where the smart signals are not touching any of these lines. We see that they aren't, so this actually is a good trade. So where do we want to place the trade here? At the beginning of the candle after signal, so over here. Next, we see that we have two targets that we can aim to look for. The last low was right here, and we have over here. So these are the targets that we want to look for. So if the price were to come back down into this area, this is where we want to exit the trade. And the stop loss, we just want to make sure that it is higher than where the smart sell label is. So over here, we're going to run this trade. Let's see what happens. As we can see, the price is going to end up hitting our take profit and going to this area right here, like we said, where the last low was going to be, right? This would have been a very good winning trade. Now let me show you guys another example of that. Okay, so here's another example of a good trade that we have right here for a short. We have a red trend cloud. As we can see, we have all three lines starting to head downwards. We have the blue moving average below the other two moving averages for a short. It's exactly what we want. And we have a smart sell signal. So what do we want to do here? We simply just want to take a trade, and we want to either aim for the last low, which is over here, or over here we see there's another low around this area. So those are the two targets we are looking to aim for. Let's see what happens on this trade. We can see the price just goes down and keeps going down, and this would have been another good trade to take right here. Very, very simple strategy. Now let me show you guys a couple buy scenarios so you guys can understand exactly what to look for when you're placing a buy in the market. Okay, so here's another example of a buy signal this time. So we have the green trend cloud. That's step number one. Number two, we want to make sure that the candle where the buy signal is not touching one of these lines, right? We can see this candle right here is not touching one of these lines. We want to make sure that the blue moving average, the 50 moving average, is above the other two moving averages, and that we have a smart buy signal. We have that over here. So now what we want to do is we want to, again, just place a trade. So it's going to look something like this. We're going to move the stop loss to where the label is, and we're going to look to aim for a new high. So the last high would be around this area, but we don't have any other highs. So what can we do here? We can actually just do a 1.5 risk reward ratio, something like this, for example. And then we're going to take this trade, and we're going to see that the price goes up and smashes our take profit very easily. Okay, so here's the last example for a buy signal. As we can see, green trend cloud. So we're in a bullish movement. We have the blue moving average, the 50 moving average, above the other two moving averages. And the candles where the signal is not touching the moving average. And we have a smart buy signal. So what we want to do here, again, we just want to place a trade. Our stop loss is behind the label for the smart buy. And our target, since we do not have a target to aim for right here, what we'll do next is simply just set a 1.5 risk reward ratio, something like this. And then we're going to run the trade and see exactly what happens. As you can see, guys, that gets hit very, very easily right there. Very, very simple strategy, guys. And that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed this video, all you gotta do is just like that button and subscribe for more videos in the future. I'll try to make more videos every single week to show you guys new strategies and improvements on strategies that you guys can follow, so you guys can make a lot of money trading Forex, crypto, or stocks using EliteAlgo. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.